if you go out, you just text and you say, oh, what you're doing, but you're gone now for the whole night, not said anything. And it's like, that doesn't make sense, because you would. I was with you in the morning. You know what I mean? We literally came back with you in the morning. So it's like, we've helped you put your outfit on. We've helped done all this stuff. So then you've gone out and then come back. Your story don't make sense when I'm asking, like, where you, like...
So you were at home?
Yeah.
And then what time did she come back?
Probably like, I don't even know, because I had to work that day, so I had to even leave the house. So I'm not actually sure what time she came back, but...
So, sometime in the morning?
Nah, probably like afternoonish or something, yeah.
Afternoon?
TikTok has been going absolutely crazy ever since Dami just dropped this episode, literally finally giving us what he thought after the entire Indiyah saga going around, etc. So this actually dropped yesterday. I'm literally halfway through it. I enjoyed the first half already, but we're actually just going to go straight into it anyways. I'll be giving my commentary as we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Like, I loved her like feistiness. Like, she was her own character, and she was, you know, able to speak. Like, she just spoke up for whatever it is that she wanted to speak up for. And she wasn't shy about not, if she didn't want to do something, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And I like that, like, she just stood on her own ground.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Now, with Indiyah as well, I've noticed, and if I could just pick up on this, is that in our conversation so far, you've been very calm and cool.
Yeah.
But every time we touch on Indiyah is where I see nervous.
It's not even nervous. It's just like, it's a situation. Obviously, you know, we're not together anymore. And it's like, yeah, it's just, we're not together anymore. It's like, just, it's an uncomfortable situation, because obviously I've never been in this like type of situation before. And now I have been. And it's just the whole, like, if you want to get into it, just to get into it, it's like, you know, we were in a good place. Like, we were good. We were still together. And, you know, there's a lot of boundaries in place that mostly were set by her. And obviously...
Which were what? What were some of these
just
boundaries?
Like, in terms of like me, female friendships, you know, like anything around girls, or just like, you know, coming back home late and just making sure you call in, or, you know, just all these like things that like just set by her, like things we would say we do together first. And if you're going to do with someone else, you'd say it, or you'd ask, or whatever, but they'd all be by her, but then majority of them would be broken by her, you know? And then I feel like in this situation as well that has happened, it was kind of shocking, obviously.
So you were together for 4 years?
Almost 4 years. Like,
almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so over the 4 years, or over the 3 years and change that you and Indiyah were together, you had moved in together. All right, so you're living together. Were you already you were committed to each other?
Yeah, committed to each other for so long. We did so many anniversaries, so many holidays, we did everything together, you know?
Were you talking about marriage?
Yeah, we talked about marriage. It's a thing, like, in our household, like, we both know our cultural differences and the cultural, like, humor that we can kind of share beside each other. Obviously, she's Jamaican, I'm Nigerian, and you know what they say about Nigerians, 419, they all cheat. Like, we made these type of jokes, and I remember one time I went on the radio show, and I made the joke about, like, oh, like, we can skip the ring, you know what I mean, because we can have babies, because obviously, like, you know, blah, blah, which I get, like, it's a sensitive joke outside of, like, you know, our household and the things that we're comfortable with.
Right.
And, you know, I apologize for that. But it's just like dark humor. And, you know, a lot of the things that I do end up saying online that get me in trouble is from a place of, like, just humor and jokes. And, you know.
Now, I think when it comes to Dami, just in general, from what I've seen, from what I've observed, Dami is a good person, man. Like, he is a nice guy. Just for the lack of better words. Like, he seems to be a genuine guy. He seems to be a proper lover boy. He's actually the opposite of what his aesthetic would basically make him out to be. Usually when you see someone that obviously looks like this, obviously pause, someone that looks like this is handsome and stuff like that, typically what's going through a lot of ladies' minds is that, oh, like, he is getting a lot of girls, he's basically a whoremonger, he's going to be out here trying to basically sleep with a lot of ladies and stuff like that. Or if he's confident in a different type of way, for example, you can see like the way he dresses and stuff like that, especially after the whole Love Island kind of saga and stuff like that. He started to be a bit more, I don't even know, like, every single guy I speak to about it, they just call him zesty. And hey, you know what I mean? Hey, I think the best way I could describe it is that he has a very elaborate way of dressing. Let's just say it like that, yeah? So, what you would tend to see is that if you get a guy like this, you can't necessarily just be balanced when it comes to how people basically perceive you. Is either you're handsome, attractive, and then you're out here basically sleeping with a lot of ladies and doing the mad thing, etc. Or you're handsome and attractive, and if you're not, it's because you're zesty. It's it's either or. Do you get what I'm saying? So Dami, from what I can see and from what I perceive, he's not the type of person to obviously cheat, and obviously he's a nice guy. So he was automatically going to be put in the next category. And the fact that obviously he was dressed in a certain type of way and being overt when it came to, you could say, a bit more of his feminine side and stuff like that, you'll start to see a lot of allegations basically put against him. Whether it was that, okay, like he's on the LGBT or whatever, or he's basically unfaithful. Like, there's all sorts of things basically being thrown at the guy. Do you know what I mean? And when he's saying that in the relationship they would set boundaries, majority of the time is coming from Indiyah, and the same person to set the rules is not going to break the rules. I always say to man them just in general that, look, firstly, especially if you're an attractive type of male, you kind of just want to be in one ear, out the next when it comes to how people basically perceive you and their comments and stuff like that. I know it's extremely hard. With me, I grew up ugly, you know what I mean? So I heard the worst of the word, you know what I'm saying? So I had to learn how to basically just use my words, and honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, boy, you know what I'm saying? I'm Nigerian as well. But outside of that, the whole looks thing, me personally, I can't resonate with it because I'm not. I always say like my brethren Kanan, for example. I don't look like Kanan, do you know what I mean? I don't look like Dami, you know what I'm saying? So I can't necessarily fully resonate with what they're kind of going through. But what I always say to people like that, because I'm always around people like that, yeah, is that, look, like, it's harder kind of saying it, and I'm pretty sure that it's harder said than done. But bro, you gotta just kind of block out the noise, because half of the people, and I say it all the time, half of the girls especially that are saying, yo, the guy says SD, I'll never, my man can never. If you were to drop in their DMs right now, 1,000% they're going. They are going, you know what I'm saying? So how can you listen and actually take everything that these lot are saying against you for gospel? It's just the internet being the internet, bro. The internet is a place where people are allowed to just say the dumbest shit and the most naive shit and the most ignorant shit with no consequence. You know what I mean? At least from their perceived reality. So you got to kind of block out that noise. And outside of that, the second thing I wanted to say as well when it came to this year, and I'll get back to the video because I've been speaking for a while, is that from what I can see, and especially all of the responses he's getting, especially on TikTok, and the fact that people are still back in Indiyah, from what I can see, bro, when they say nice guys finish last, it's an understatement, bro. It's an understatement, bro. It is an understatement. Nice guys do finish last. It just is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? You can be an ugly nice guy, bro, you're gonna finish last. You can be an attractive nice guy, bro, you're gonna finish last. The only thing I could ever say is that, bro, you gotta basically just be kind, but don't be nice. You gotta be mad assertive, but also know when to tone it down when obviously the right lady comes along and you want to show her love and da. You gotta be like, you just gotta have something about you. And when I speak to the man them about this as well, really and truly, a lot of man them, bro, like, if it was left down to them, they would want to open up. They would want to be emotional. They want to show that softer side to their ladies and stuff like that. But the reality is you cannot do that, bro. You just cannot, fam. No matter what they're telling you, oh, yeah, open up, I want to hear more. That same shit that you just told them right now, 1,000%, let an argument basically appear up, and in 2-3 months' time, she'll drop it. Oh, but you said this. Ah, that, broski, what? It's mind games, isn't it? And with me personally, used to get me mad as well. But I've just come to realize that, again, when it comes to ladies, you just gotta accept them for who they are, bro. Woman will be woman. The same way they say men will be men. I'm not saying that on the ignorant standpoint of like the men just doing the mad thing, and obviously that 0.5% of men that are actually on fuckery. I'm talking about just men just being men. You know, the fact that obviously we're a bit more rough, we're a bit more, you know, we're a bit more rowdy, etc. Like, men will be men, ladies will be ladies. It is what it is, bro. You get it? So we have to accept each other for what we are and basically just push in that type of direction, especially if you want to spend time with someone and spend your life with someone. Do you get what I'm saying? And that whole interracial debate between like Jamaicans and Nigerians, etc., is very, very much true. But I also feel as if though when you're brought up in the UK, let's be real, bro, we're all from the UK. We have that UK Black British culture. You know what I mean? I know that he is from Ireland, but we have that Black British culture where if both of us were to go to our hometown, let's say Jamaicans and Caribbeans going back to wherever they're from, they will be seen as a British person. If me as a Nigerian or maybe my Ghanaian brethren, Sierra Leone, wherever, if they were to go back to their hometown in Nigeria or whatever, bro, we're seen as British people, bro. We're our own subset of people. So the whole culture thing, I get it, but it isn't the greatest excuse in my personal opinion. I feel as if though it's gonna start to become a thing, or not even start, it is a thing. The interracial thing is bound to happen, especially when you're from a place like London. We're too multicultural, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
But I see though that what could have happened.
Yeah.
And this one, guys, is a long fucking thing, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So bear with me. I'm gonna try my best to articulate my thoughts as quick as possible. And it's probably gonna be a long episode, etc. So get your popcorn and stuff like that. I got my popcorn over here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, let's get into it.
Is that you take all of those, it then underscores that villain.
Yeah, and it all just keeps on like, you know, bringing this whole villain narrative, and I feel like that's what it's been pitted against me for, you know, this situation that's happened, because there's a difference between like, you know, the reality of how people are and then the image, right? And I feel like the reality of me is I'm carefree. I share everything. I want to be open with the world. If you're a fan of me or you like me, I want to give you me. Do you know what I mean? And there's no reason for me to like hide. But then I guess on the other side, on her side, because she would go out and she'd have as much fun as I'm having, but she just won't post it. And maybe the ones that she's posting is like she's just watching TV in the living room. So it's always like she's always at home, but I'm always outside.
Right. So you feel as if people were already accusing you. You saw it. People,
bro, they've been accusing me.
Outside, cheating.
I'm gay. They attack my masculinity just from how I dress, from like me being expressive with like, you know, my fashion. I can get my nails done. I can put on makeup. Just like all these little things they'll use to like, you know, paint this picture of me as a person that isn't even me. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't care about being expressive. I want to be this way. I want to live my truth. I want to be myself. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like all these things have been, you know, used now against me, especially in this situation. And it's a thing where it's like, it's unfair, but at the same time, it's like, it's the aim of the game that I got into. Do you know what I mean? So I get it, but it's unfair.
It's entirely unfair. And I want to unpack all of those. Because I think it's important for us to get your opinion on each of those. But something that you also mentioned that we have to talk about is you talked about there's a cultural difference between you and Indiyah, right? So you are Nigerian heritage, Indiyah, Jamaican heritage. How did that cultural difference show up for good or bad in your relationship?
I feel like more or less, I feel like we come from different types of like households, where mine is so traditional, it's full of like, you know, you have to greet, it's very respectful. And I guess like in her household, like lovely people, but then I would sense the difference in like, I don't know how to say it, like without, so I'm not trying to sound rude or anything like that, but there is a definite difference in how she speaks to her mom is not how I speak to my mom. Do you know what I mean? I'd have to put auntie in front of her mom's name. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like this, like different things. But she'd obviously do it as well because I would teach her the difference in the culture. Whereas I feel like mine's very traditional, but then hers is a bit more free.
Right.
Do you get what I mean?
So I tell you what, I mean, so being from, being Jamaican. What I've noticed as a big difference, so it was interesting, most of my best friends growing up were either Jamaican or Nigerian, right? And at the end of the day, we're all Jamaicans are basically from Nigeria anyway.
Yeah. I tried to say that one time, bro.
Well, you can't even say that to Caribbean people, bro, because fam, they're always gonna say, nah, it's bit like, broski. I grew up around too many Caribbean people, bro. Too many, bro. I'm still around them. You know what I'm saying? If you even mention that, even for 10 seconds, they'll look at you crazy. They'll be like, nah, I'm not African. Maybe nowadays is a bit, it's okay. They will let it slide for 2 seconds, but after that, they get irritated. But back then, what? You can never, ever in your life ever say that, bro. Ever. Ever. I remember it was when I was in secondary, yeah. I must have had like a conversation with a girl, and I was like, and things were going well, bro. Things were going well. And I was like, oh yeah, like, I'm Nigerian, boom, boom, bam. But your people basically come from our people anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a difference. And I thought it was just calm in it. It's like, never in your life say that again. Oh my gosh. I didn't hear the end of it, bro. What? I was like, Yoski, I'm not saying that. It taught me a lesson. It taught me a lesson, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is, yes, it's facts, you know what I'm saying? But I also understand, obviously, through being educated by my Caribbean friends as to why they don't like that whole comparison and stuff like that. And just to double down my point and kind of expand on it just in case, the interracial thing, yes, cultures are different, even down to religions. It can lead to a lot of things, basically, you know, and a lot of clashes within marriage and within relationships and stuff like that. I feel as if, though, when you're in a relationship, it's all about compromise. Yes, it is easier to date someone from your own country or from your own area, from your own race and stuff like that, or you would believe so. The thing is that even in that, there are so many different small intricacies that can lead to arguments regardless, fam. You know what I'm saying? Me as a Nigerian, if I get with another Nigerian, it now gets to a case of, okay, what tribe are they? Are they Igbo? Are they Edo? Are they from Ben? Bro, Delta. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you go down into, okay, what religion? Okay, you're Christian. What type of Christian? Bro, it's like, it's too much, fam. It's too much. I just generally believe that it's all about having a common understanding. As long as you have one common goal and objective in the future, you're building towards that. As long as you both love each other, yeah? And as long as, number 3, you're willing to compromise, yeah, and keep on building together through that compromise and kind of balance, then bro, you should be Gucci, fam. Other than that, I don't really hear it, man. I feel as if I was kind of tired. You know what I mean? And I think where we're headed, like I said, is more interracial relationships. Or I can't even say interracial. I just deeped it. I've been wrong all this time. That's white, black, etc. Cultural relationships. Sorry, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like that's where we're headed.
If you trace it back,
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, Ghana or Nigeria, man. I've been trying to say that.
It's pretty much.
Yeah,
right? We are all family.
Yeah,
all family, and that's something that I think we also need to remember is that we are all family. And what society tries to do is divide not only us but divide everybody.
Yeah,
because that's how you disempower people. But one thing I noticed is distinctly is that I feel like most Nigerian households that I know of are very patrifocal, right? Most of the family revolves around the male patriarch, right? So the father figure, making the primary decisions, etc. In every Jamaican household that I've been close to, including mine, it's matrifocal.
Yeah, that's what,
and revolves around the mother.
The mother, yes,
like,
yes,
like
yes,
my,
yes.
my grandma was like she was it.
I actually get that. I actually agree with you. Yeah,
she was it. And so when I've seen Nigerian and Jamaican marriages, I've seen that sometimes is a friction point, right? Did that show up at all? Is that what you're getting to as well, or not necessarily?
I don't feel like it showed up, but I do feel like there's in some cases where it felt like, you know, I mean, maybe I felt like an outsider, you know,
with her family.
Yeah, with our family. It's like, yeah, I fit in, I accept, but then I feel like there is a certain level of, you know, things they probably think of me because of, you know, the parasocials are putting online as well, and it just became like maybe I'm not, you know, the same as you guys or something, and I felt like that sometimes. And I feel like it kind of starts showing up like towards the end. You know what I mean? I feel like it starts showing up there because I just didn't feel comfortable anymore.
So you think it was more so what was being said about you?
Yeah, what was being said about me and just how it felt like I was now being treated. And it's just a bit, it's just different. And I guess maybe it's like it's the jokes, it's the stuff that the internet are putting against me. I think I remember I wore like an outfit to the Mobos or something, and I did my hair back, and I had like earrings, and then the internet wanted to diss me about whatever fashion is that I did. I thought I ate. I still think I ate. It doesn't even.
I'm gonna be real with that, man. That's what I was talking about earlier in the episode when I was talking about like, bro, the dressing was for me personally, it's a bit much, innit? You know what I mean? It is a bit much, you know what I'm saying? But you got those niggas, bro. You got the fashion niggas, so you can't necessarily disrespect the fashion niggas for want to be fashionable. But me personally, I already know it. You know what I'm saying? But with this guy, man, I just feel as if there was just that case outside of that as well, yeah. I think when it comes to the whole culture and not being accepted by the family, majority of the time, the reason why, again, this intercultural thing doesn't really work is, again, based on the family. You know what I mean? A lot of the time, it will be a case where if you marry outside of your culture or your country, so on and so forth, the family would disapprove of it because it's something new, something foreign, something that they don't actually know or have experienced before. You know what I mean? So they're going to get that sense of disapproval. And majority of the time, the kids are going to be like, oh, my family doesn't approve, so I can't really run it. Or you'll see it basically popping up during the entire, duration of your relationship. It's only in rare cases where you'll see them be like, you know what, F what my family's thinking, etc. But you would want that harmony to be there for sure, because if you're running the long play, they were talking about marriage, bro. If you're running the long play, you got to make sure that both sides are good. When the guy's there, your family loves him and embraces him. When the lady's there in the crib, your family loves and embraces. Do you know what I mean? So the family needs to really be on point with it as well.
Affect me, but things like that. If the internet's saying something bad, then I feel like they'd start believing what the internet's saying, and then
her and her family.
Yeah. Not her. I feel like she'd understand me because obviously, but maybe her family just like, oh, maybe because maybe I'm zesty or maybe I'm actually, you know what I mean? All these little things, and it's like I could gauge this and I could see it, and it's like,
Right. So you feel like, not to put words in because, but I don't know if you felt this way. You feel like maybe her family didn't feel as if you were masculine.
Yeah. I think so simple as that. Probably. Okay. I think, maybe eventually, I think it probably came to a point where it was like that.
So then, Dami, help me understand what happened, because just so everyone, if you're comfortable with me saying what happened.
Yeah. I mean, the whole world knows.
Yeah. This is true. This is true. So for the 5 people who don't know, I want to give just a little bit of the detail. Is that so? In July 2025, you and Indiyah had celebrated your 3-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 3 years into your anniversary. Then December 3rd, 2025, Indiyah was spotted kissing Inside UK star Marlon Garcia, and this was at the Series 3 wrap party for Inside, which is a Netflix reality competition show by the Sidemen. So this happens on December 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
When did you find out?
I probably found out probably on December 5th. And it was just because of just a chain of events of things just didn't make sense. And I'm too clued in not to, figure stuff out, especially because I've been with you for so long. And I think eventually she obviously came forward and, said this had been what happened. And for me, I had to process it. And I'm like, I'm processing it privately. Like, no one knows this is happening. So it was a thing for me, like, it was just like a situation of like, stories just wasn't adding up. And just to keep it short, it just wasn't adding up. And then eventually she came forward to tell me. And then we just had to like, obviously I said, I can't be in this relationship. But at the same time, I know, we have this public relationship. I think it became to a point where it's like, there's times where it was like, she'd be on Snap or something and she'd like say something about her her mental health right now is, in a bad place. And I would be trying to process this, but in my way, I needed to get out of the space that we lived in because we still had to live together.
Oh, that's right. You're still living together.
Yeah, we still live.
So, all right. So damn. All right. This is complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
But you said already before you were clued in that things didn't feel right in December.
No, things didn't feel right in the sense of that night that she went out and when she came back. it was like, you have this thing of like, oh, if you go out, you just text and you say, oh, what you're doing, but you're gone now for the whole night, you've not said anything. And it's like, that doesn't make sense, because you would. I was with you in the morning. You know what I mean? We literally came back with you in the morning. So it's like, we've helped you put your outfit on. We've helped done all this stuff. So then you've gone out and then come back. Your story don't make sense when I'm asking, like, where you be? Like,
so you were at home.
Yeah.
And then what time did she come back?
Probably like, I don't even know, because I had to work that day, so I had to even leave the house. So I'm not actually sure what time she came back. But
sometime in the morning?
No, probably like afternoonish or something, yeah.
Afternoon?
Yeah.
She was...
Yeah, I think she probably woke up at like 1 p.m. or something. And that was like when I got the text, and, or like, oh, she just like crashed out and she was blah, blah, blah.
So she was gone. You wake up.
Yeah, that means shit 1,000% happened there. Mind games, bro. Mind games, fam. It's like this is the reason as to why like a lot of man them are just opting out of this shit, bro. And it's like, fam, this relationship is long. It's long because it's like in this situation, yeah, Dami's just pissed, bro. He tries to salvage the relationship and be a nice guy. Oh, you're zesty. He tries to be understanding and shit like that. Oh, I need space. Oh, go away. He tries to take some time off the internet. Oh, you're weak as a man. Oh, why are you crying in the internet? Bro, like, what? Your missus is coming over in the afternoon and he has questions. Oh, you're being too controlling. Fucking hell, bro. You can't win. You can't win, bro. You can't win. So, with this situation, I don't want to be a guy and say that it was doomed from the get-go, because again, we're not in their day-to-day, and we will never ever know what made Indiyah basically operate and say, you know what, the grass is green on the opposite side. We see it all the time, by the way, like ladies be making them type of situations, them type of decisions, stuff like that, and it's not usually how a man would do so. Like with man them, not justifying at all, but then if you're not disciplined, it's usually a case of, okay, this lady's more, not more attractive, but I just want something new or fresh, or it's just the heat of a moment. Let me just quickly get one in. Do you know what I mean? Don't condone it. I always say, man, them, yo, just make sure your pattern. With ladies, though, it's usually a case of like some emotional kind of shit going on. Maybe she wasn't content. Maybe she wasn't happy in the relationship. And then she felt like, you know what? I want something new. I want something fresh for myself. Let me try it. Or she was going through her own situation. Or maybe she just found out Marlon was more attractive. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many things. But the thing is, you can never know, and you can never ever get to the bottom of it. Because if Dami starts asking Indiyah questions, we know 9 times out of 10, Indiyah's going to either say, I don't want to talk about it. She's going to cry, get herself out of the situation. There's nothing really that you can do. You know what I mean? And the thing that's even worse is that you got the womanhood defending her and on TikTok and Twitter and shit like that. The game's cooked. The game's cooked. So, boy, to be a nice guy in 2026 is dead, bro. It's dead. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should be a prick. Far from. But being a nice guy, forget it. Just forget it. Don't do it, bro. It's not necessary. It's not needed. Will get you nowhere. And I hope that Dami, man, I hope that he's able to basically find someone actually for him. Unfortunately, he's probably going to turn cold from here. You know what I mean? And not treat the next person with the same openness as what he once could have done with Indiyah. But hey, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. I hope he heals from the situation. Should take some time off the internet, because the internet, unfortunately, you're not going to get the answers you want from the internet either. And yeah, my people, them, if you enjoyed today's one, I know it's quite long. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree as well. I'm always open to criticism and stuff like that. And also, I'm going to leave the link down below so you can watch the entire thing. I'm going to carry on watching regardless. It's a 2-hour podcast. So it's good shit, you know what I mean? I can't lie. But I want you guys to actually enjoy it for yourself as well and have your own takes on it without me obviously pausing, etc. So my people, them, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.